Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good day, wherever you are in the world. This is Sandra from Sandra Stitches, and today we are at day 7 of our 8 Hanukkah Miracles Crochet Along, where I go live every day and we crochet together a mini project, something nice, something cute, something that you can crochet in an hour or so. This is day 7, so we have one more day. Tomorrow is our last day. If you followed along from day 1, so you know that yesterday, day 6, I was not live, but I did pre-record a video making what I was supposed to go live and making with you, which was our glasses case, glasses holder, this. All right, look how cute. Really cute. For the sample that I worked on the video, I used, instead of weight 3 yarn, I used weight 4 yarn, and I made a smaller one because I was alone with myself and I did not have somebody to talk to. So I worked a smaller one, but it doesn't really matter because what I wanted to share is the third loop half double crochet technique stitch. So this is the project for day 6. If you scroll around my channel, you will find it. It's there, it's published, and it's open for everybody to go and watch. That was yesterday, day 6. Today we are at day 7. Say hi, hello, whoever is here with me. We are approaching the last days of Hanukkah and also approaching Christmas Eve and all the other holidays. So it's very, very exciting times. So if you're here, say hi, say hello, tell me who you are. Today, we have a super cute project. Let me show it to you. It's a soap saver, kind of a pouch, but I meant it to be a soap saver because I know it's really, hi Niti, how are you? Glad to have you here. Where are you from? Just tell me so we can chat a little bit during this live session. So this is a soap saver. It's made with granny stitch, that we begin with the granny square and then we make it around and close it. It's a relatively big soap saver. I have here a bar of Dove soap, and if I open it, let's see, I will open it. You're from Nebraska. All right. What time is it in Nebraska? Is that Eastern time, Nebraska, or Mountain time? I don't know. I'm in Israel, so now it's 7 p.m. here. So this is the soap. This is the regular, I think, soap bar. I know there are bigger ones. I know there are smaller ones, all kind of shapes and sizes. But if you put it inside, this is a relatively big soap saver. So we are going to be doing the same, but smaller. And for this sample, I used my, again, 60% cotton, 40% acrylic yarn that I've been using for all samples. 11 a.m. All right. So it's kind of morning for you. So, but now we are going to be working with 100% cotton. Of course, I think it's better for this project to use 100% cotton. Oops, it's going to be in the water. We're going to use it to scrub ourselves, everything. So 100% cotton, I think it's best. even though acrylic yarn is also okay, because acrylic yarn you can wash, you can put it in the washer, and everything is fine. So let's start our project. This is the project, mini project. It's not so mini, it turned out very big, but I'm going to do a smaller one for this sample. Of course, I say it's a soap saver, but you can use this pouch for anything really. I just had the idea in my head that I wanted something for the bathroom, because we've been doing all kind of cases, and you know the glasses case, and the hanging basket, and all kind of things in this project. So I wanted something for the bathroom. So we start with a slip knot, and we are going to work a um, granny square, regular granny square. If you're here, you probably know granny squares, how to work one. This is 100% cotton. It's by drops. It's called Paris. It's weight 3 yarn, and it's 100% cotton. Now, for the granny square, you can start with a chain 4, or you can start with the magic circle, whatever you decide and whatever you like. So I start with my chain 4 and slip stitch to the first chain to form a circle. And then I chain 2. I usually chain 2 and not 3 for my first double crochet. And I work 2 more double crochet to form the first granny cluster, right? So we have three stitches here. We will chain only 1, because we want this to be with holes, because we want the soap to come up, but we also don't want it to be with 2 big holes. So we'll chain only 1, and we will not chain between, we'll chain 1 in the corners, and we will not chain between the clusters. So chain 1, and then another 3 double crochet cluster. We need 4, right? 1, 2, 3. We need 4 clusters. So another cluster, and then chain 1, and another 3 double crochet clusters. Now, if you don't know, I don't believe it, but if you don't know, that's fine. If you don't know how to crochet double crochet, totally fine. But what you do, you yarn over, insert your hook in the circle, here in the circle, in the same circle, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay. I made 4. I need only 3. So we need 4 clusters of 3 double crochet with a chain 1 in between. So this is my last cluster. 1, 2, and 3. And then I chain 1. You love granny squares? Me too. I love the granny stitch. This shrug is also with granny stitches. I have lots of things with granny stitch and granny squares. Lot of designs. All right, so we have our 4 clusters, and then we slip stitch to the chain on the first chain, the second chain, on top of the second chain to close our square. So we have the first round of our square. Now there are lots of methods how to continue the granny square. Because this is a soap saver, it doesn't really matter which side is the right side or the wrong side. And we are working only 3 rounds in the granny square, and then it will become a round. So instead of square, it will become a round, and then that will be fine. So instead of slip stitching, one method is to slip stitch from here all the way to the chain space and then start the corner. But we are going to just turn our work, chain 2, and start our corner in the chain space. When you do granny square, do you have to slip stitch and chain 1? No, you slip stitch and then you chain 2. That become 2 or 3. You will see lots of different ideas. But you need 3 double crochet, right, for the cluster. So the first chain 2 will be our first double crochet, and then you make 2 more double crochet for the cluster. Some people chain 2, some people chain 3, some people use a stackable single crochet, some people, there are all lots of methods, but uh, you need 3 double crochets. So you pick the method that suits you, that you like the most, how it looks, and then you continue. So I like to chain 2 because the chain 3 is too open, and I like my cluster to be tight. So I chain 2 and then I double crochet 2 more. I'm working on my first corner. I chain 1 and another cluster in the same chain space. I'm working only in chain space now, in the same chain space to form the corner. So I have 2 clusters of 3 double crochet in the same chain space and a chain 1 in between. Let me show you. So this is my first corner. Now I don't chain between corners. I skip this cluster and go straight to the chain space, the next chain space, and work 1 cluster of 3 double crochet, 1, 2, and 3. This is not a real tutorial because it's just a crochet with me session, but I have in my channel, if you look where I have all the stitch tutorials, so there is a tutorial for granny square. So you can go there, watch the tutorial, how to make the granny square, and it's a much better tutorial because I will show you, with my camera on my hands and everything, and not like this because now I'm just live. All right, so I have my second corner here, and I skip this cluster and go straight to the chain space and work 3 double crochet. Every corner has 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet in every corner. Chain 1, oops, need some yarn, and another 3 double crochet, 1. You're welcome. I'm so happy you joined me. 3. And the last, so we have 3 corners now. Now I jump again this cluster and go straight to the chain space and work another 3 double crochet cluster, chain 1, and another 3 double crochet cluster in the same chain space. And this will be our last corner for the second round. Okay. When we finish the last corner, we have to connect these 2, right? We have to connect them. So I slip stitch on top of the chain 2, which is my first stitch, right? Slip stitch on top of the chain 2. And now, as you can see, I have my square. Here is my square. Okay, I'm going to do another round of a square. So again, this is my chain space. I chain 2. This will be my first double crochet. I turn my work and I work in this chain space only 2 more double crochet because I need a cluster. In every, sorry, this is not a chain space, sorry. This is a space between the corners. We did not chain 1, we just slip stitch. So now we have to work in the spaces between the corners, here and here and here, and also in the corners. So we work 1 cluster of 3 double crochet. You see this is in the middle, not in the corner here and not in the corner here. So just 1 cluster. We jump to the corner and then we work our corner, 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, chain 1 and 3 double crochet. We do not chain 1 between the clusters that are not corners. There are lots of methods. You will see lots of videos. Different people work the granny square differently. I just don't like that it has too many holes. So I never chain between the clusters, only in the corners. My brain. Because I have to speak in English, which is not my first language. And so my brain, it's in a delay. All right, so now I finished the corner. I have a space between these 2 clusters. So I work only 3 double crochet here, 1 without chaining, 2, 3. And now I jump to the next corner and work a corner. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, 1, 2, and 3. So if you have any questions about whatever, about me, about crochet, if I can answer, I'm here. Makes sense? Yeah, makes sense. But you will see if you watch videos, different videos from different crocheters, different designers, different people, you will see that you will have lots and lots of different methods to do the granny square. You just have to find what you feel more comfortable. And also, I think it depends on the project that you're working on. Sometimes you want to have the holes, so you will chain between. Oops, look what happened. My yarn finished, so I will have to connect some. It's scrap yarn, so I'll just connect. Let's tie a new strand of yarn. Of course, you can use bulky yarn. Granny squares are amazing. You can do them in any yarn that you want. Now, for this project, for a soap saver, if you want this to be a soap saver, so I'm not sure that very bulky yarn will do the job. It can, yes, if it's cotton yarn. It's preferable that it's cotton yarn, again, because it's going to be a lot with the water and the soap and everything. So cotton is more breathable and more suitable for something that it's in constant water, right? It will dry better, I think. But yeah, sure, you can use bulky yarn. If you use bulky yarn, you have to adjust the size of your hook, and also you will have to adjust how many rounds you want to make. Depends on the size that you want your project to be. So I came to the end, I made my last corner, and now I will connect with a slip stitch to form the square. So I slip stitch to my first, the top of the chain 2. Now we have a square, right? This is a square, a granny square. Now we want to make it round and start building the body for the pouch, right? Because we want to put the soap inside. How do we do that? We chain 2, turn our work, and we are here in a space between clusters. So we will work, you know what, we won't turn. For this round, what we'll do, it's better, I think it will be better if we don't turn. Let me just finish this. Okay. We'll turn our work, and instead of chaining 2, we will slip stitch to the chain space of the corner. So we'll insert our hook without yarning over, and then yarn over and pull through the loop. This is a slip stitch to the corner over the stitches and into the corner. Now we are at the corner, so to transform the square to a round, what we have to do is just, instead of making a corner of 2 clusters of 3 double crochet with a chain between, we just make 1 cluster. That's it. No chaining, no nothing, no 2 clusters, 1 cluster. So we chain 2, 1, 2, and we make 1 cluster of 3 double crochets. So we chain 2 and 2 more double crochet. This will be our first cluster in the corner. And then we jump to the next space between the clusters, and we work again, no chaining. We are done chaining now. We are not chaining anymore. So we work 1 cluster in the space. Okay. CFA crochet, you wrote something in a language that I don't understand. Okay, so we jumped. Now we jump to the space between these 2 clusters, and we work 1 cluster here without chaining. Again, 3 double crochet here. 1, 2, 3, and you will see that it will become round and we'll start the body. And now we are at the corner, so we jump to this chain 1 space and we work only 1 cluster. 1 cluster. And that's it. Okay? We don't chain, we don't do another cluster, that's it. We turn and we jump to the next space here and we work another cluster. And this is how we are starting to build the body. As you can see, it will start curling up. And another cluster in the next chain in the next space, no chains. 1, 2, and 3. And again, we came to the corner, so we work inside the chain space, but only 1 cluster of 3 double crochet. And you will see when I finish this round, it will be round and not square anymore. 1, 2, 3, and I continue In every space, I work one cluster. No more chaining. Do you prefer make what? Okay, I don't understand what you say. I don't understand that language. All right, so one cluster here in the corner and one cluster in the last space. Let me get some yarn. And one cluster in the last. This is going to be our last space, because if you remember, we slip stitched to the corner at the beginning. So here we are. This is the first cluster in the corner that we started. So we slip stitched to the top of the chain 2, and now it curls up, as you can see. So we start building the body. And now what we can do, we are going to work a cluster in each space between the clusters. That's it. No more chaining, nothing. One cluster around and closing it by slip stitching to the chain 2. So I chain 2, turn my work, and work 2 more double crochet in the space between the clusters. Now again, as I said in the beginning, and now I jump to the next space, because it is a soap saver, and it doesn't really matter how the front the front side or the wrong side or the right side, how they look, because they look the same. This is why I turn my work, and I don't slip stitch to be working all the time in the same side. This is going to be wet and used all the time, so it's fine. But of course, if you want to work all the time on the right side, so you would have to slip stitch to the next space and then work the clusters. So what I'm doing here, I'm just working clusters around in the spaces between the clusters. We don't have corners anymore. We don't have chains anymore. How many rounds I will do for like this, it depends on the height of the pouch, the soap saver that I want to make, okay? So as you can see here, I made a lot of rounds, right? But you can make it smaller. Now we are going to make a smaller one because we have a smaller soap. This one was for a big bar, a rectangle bar of natural soap. So it depends on the size that you want to do it. All right, so let's work these clusters. Now, how do you know what size? You have to measure your soap and then decide how many rounds for the beginning square to be that you will work, that will get you to that measurement. It's usually 3 or 4 rounds, not more. Also, of course, it depends on the yarn that you're using and everything, as I said before. Okay, so I'm working my last cluster in this round. As you can see, I got to the end. So here is the chain 2. I slip stitch to the chain 2. I pull the yarn so it's tight. I'm trying to work here in a tight tension because I want it to be sturdy, right? And I continue. I will continue a few more rows. So I chain 2, turn my work, and work in the space here, another 2 double crochet for the cluster. You should have the same amount of clusters around in each round, because we are not increasing. We are working the same amount of clusters in each round. We're working a kind of a cylinder, right? So, okay, who is here? I don't know, somebody wrote here. I don't understand what it says. So I cannot comment on that. If you go and watch the other videos, so you'll see what we worked on all week. But you can go scroll around my channel and watch other videos. I have some really nice vlogs where I take you with me on a journey when I am just crocheting something. Maybe sometimes I start with a yarn. I have no idea what to do with it, and then it becomes something. Last week, I released a very, very nice video. People are loving it, of a scrap yarn granny stitch bag that I made using all kind of yarns and colors and some wooden handles that I add to it, and I also lined it, which is the first for me because I never line my bags. And yeah, if you're new here, please subscribe, give a thumbs up so we can grow this channel. It's growing really fast, but every new subscriber is a blessing. So I slip stitch again to the top, chain 2, and chain 2, turn my work, and continue working rounds of clusters until I have the height that I want for my soap. And then we will work the upper part, which is this one, and make a string like a chain to tie it up. Okay? All right. So tomorrow is going to be our last project. And our last project is going to be, again, a very small pouch, cute, again with granny stitches. And I'll show it to you later when we finish this. Very cute. Very quick project. All these projects are mini projects, quick projects that you can make in an hour or less, and you can gift them. If you still have some gifts that you need for these holidays, so I think these projects are great for that. Okay. Let's continue this one. Where are we? We need more clusters. One cluster in each space between the clusters, right? This is a granny stitch. It's so relaxing. Just go on and on and on. You can make so many things with the granny stitch, right? It's amazing. So Let me finish this round. My yarn, this is a great yarn. I love this cotton yarn from Drops. It's called Paris from Drops. I get it from the wool warehouse in the UK. They ship to Israel, so I get it from there. Usually I get my yarns from there because I think it's the only place that ships to Israel now, to tell you the truth. Okay, slip stitch to my first top of the chain 2, and as you can see, we have this kind of basket or container, right? Now let's see, because we have a very small, I opened this Dove soap, so let's see how much more we need. I put the soap here and I see that it's already enough, so I would like to start now working the closing of this. So what I do, I chain 1 and I work 1 single crochet on top of each stitch around. This is going to be my first round. We are going to do a few rounds for the closing. 1 single crochet on top of each stitch. Now, please make sure that you work on each and every stitch, and also keep your yarn tight, because we want the single crochet round to make our project a little bit more sturdy, right? More close. And we are working cotton yarn, so just keep it tight, not loose. You will see that the double crochet from the clusters might be a little bit loose, so this is the time that we tighten up everything. As you can see, we tighten up here everything, and it looks more together, right? More finished. Okay, so 1 single crochet on top of each stitch and tight. Now we are not going to decrease here because I don't think it's we need it. We are going to use a string, a chain string, to close it. And because it's something that we are going to use daily, and it's going to be wet, and we'll need to wash it and everything, so I don't think we need to decrease and make a very small closure. I think the chain will be enough. Okay, so I came to the end, as you can see. Oh, you're working with me. This is amazing. Niet Kluver. I hope I say your name. Okay. Please share a picture of it later when you finish it. So I came to the last one, and I will slip stitch on top of my first single crochet here. Slip stitch. I chain 1, and I will do another at least 2 rounds of single crochet. Not that I said double crochet, no, single crochet. Okay. Oh, great. Where are you from? Tell me, because I think we've never met. So 1 single crochet on top of each stitch. Again. Now, if you want this to be even tighter, you can go down like half size of the hook when you're doing the closure here, and then it will make it even tighter and smaller, which is fine. If you go down half size hook, it will be okay. You can work, if you're working DK weight number 3 yarn, for the whole project, I'm using my 4 millimeter hook, but you can use your 3.5 millimeter hook, and then it will be. Uh, oh yes, you told me. You told me you are from Nebraska. Oh, I'm sorry. So you can work with a 3.5 millimeter hook from the beginning, and everything will be even tighter. So it's fine. I'm so sorry. I didn't pay attention that it's the same. You're the same person here with me all time. I so much appreciate it. I'm so sorry I didn't pay attention because my mind, you have to understand, I have to talk in English and to think about my words and also to think about what I'm doing. So sometimes I get lost in that. All right, so one single crochet on top of each stitch. And again, as I said, you can go down half size, you can go down even a whole size. It depends on the yarn that you're using, right? And how tight you want this to be. So this is my second round. I slip stitch to the first stitch, not the chain one, the first stitch here, slip stitch. And I will make another round. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another round, and then we'll see, we'll measure with the soap and we'll see how to close this. Okay. Let's continue this round. Single crochet, as you can see, it gives a really, really nice kind of blocking here that it will be very sturdy for us to close it. All right. I had to film today, this morning, I filmed the video that was supposed to be yesterday with the glasses case. And it took me a while to, it takes some time to download and then upload. So, but now it's all in the channel. All right, so let's see what we have here. This is what we have. We started with this, where is it? We started with the square and then we went round, and now this is the finish. We put the soap inside. Of course, you can make this bigger. Now, I think I need more. I could do at least 2 more rounds of granny stitches, 2 more rounds to make it higher. and then close it with the 4 rounds of single crochet, but it's fine. I will do another round of single crochet here to give it more height. You just have to measure the soap that you usually use. If you want to gift it, so you can, buy a bar of soap or 2 bars of soap and measure them and gift it with the soap itself. There are people who use only soap bars, and there are people who use only, shower shell, how you call it, gels or shower thing. Um, I personally love bars, but I know not everybody loves bars. And I love these soap savers because I don't like the feeling of the plastic or all these scrubs that you have that you can buy in stores. So using a natural fiber like cotton, I think I feel it's better for me. All right, so we're at the end. Slip stitch to the last. Let's put the soap here. Okay, so we have the soap here. What we are going to do now, we are going to do a round of half double crochet because I want in that round to weave in the chain that will close it. So we need some more space for the chain. So now we are going to work chain 1 and work 1 double crochet instead of single crochet, 1 double crochet in each stitch around. We don't need to make space for the chain because the space in between the stitches will be enough. And we also don't want too many holes, but we do need a little bit of space to weave in the chain. And I don't want to weave in the chain in the single crochet rounds because I want that to stay sturdy. So the half double crochet will give us a little bit more height and space between the stitches. Now, I saw in many videos that people use, I just don't have it. You have to understand in Israel, we do not have a yarn industry at all. Nobody manufactures here yarn. We usually got our yarn from Turkey, which is a huge manufacturer of yarns, but now we are not friends anymore. So we cannot order things from Turkey. They decided, I've been in Turkey many times. It's a beautiful country and it's so much fun to be a tourist there. And I visit their country many, many times. Lots of Israelis did over the 20 years. But now, since October 7th, they decided they are not friends with us anymore. And so we cannot, we cannot fly there. They cannot fly here. We don't have communication. So what happens is that I have to find other places to import yarn from, to buy yarn. and it's a struggle because shipping from other countries, it's very high. The shipping is very high. So I found this place in the UK, the Wool Warehouse, where they have a reasonable price for the shipping. The yarns are okay price, but I usually buy when it's on sale, so that's fine. So what I was going to say, I know that there are yarns that are scrubby yarns. I saw many people using that for soap savers. I don't have that here. And I cannot bring from the US because shipping from the US to here, it's crazy. So, but if you have this access to these yarns, scrub yarns, so you can work these in, some pieces of the saver in the scrap yarn, like maybe 2 or 3 rounds with the scrap yarn and then cotton yarn. I think it's great. Okay, so I did my half double crochet. Turkey is one place you want. Yes, it's a beautiful, beautiful country, great food, nice people, just the government. What can we say? I am in Israel. I live in a city called Haifa in Israel, in the northern part of the country. Okay, so we finished the half double crochet and we will cut our yarn, and then we have our piece here, as you can see, right? Now I will make a long chain, as long as I want, to weave in and close it. Yes, Israel, yes. I'm from Israel. So let's make the chain. Cool, yeah. I don't know. We've had lots of issues lately, right? People thinking all kind of things about Israel. But we are not talking about that now. But if you have a chance to go to Turkey, also they have the Turkish airlines are really good airline company and they fly everywhere. And if you have the chance to go and visit Istanbul, just go and do it because it's a beautiful city. All right. I used to buy my yarn from Turkey, as I said, but now I cannot do it because Turkey is not our friend of Israel anymore. And we don't have a relationship. A relationship between the countries was stopped on October 7th. They decided that they do not want to be our friends anymore. Okay, I made this chain, and it doesn't really matter how many chains, just a long chain. And I will cut my yarn and tight the chain. So I have my chain here. And what I'll do, oh, what do you say? Oh, I see. Okay. So what I will do now, I will just take my chain and insert it in between the half double crochet, but not each and every one of them, weaving in, leaving a space, weaving in maybe every 2, 3, 4 half double crochet, because it doesn't have to be very, very tight. So just decide where to weave it in, around, not too many, so we can close it. Yes, yes, because in Turkey there is something called ice yarns, that they have lots and lots and lots and lots of yarns. It's a company. It's one of the companies, right? One of the manufacturers, and they make lots and lots of yarns, and they have this um, kind of thing that they um, sell the yarn very very cheap, but the cost of the shipping is very very high. So you have to make sure when you buy to do the balance between the price of the yarn and the shipping costs, and combine it all together and divide on how many skeins or balls of yarn you bought, and see if it's a good price. I know many people from America buy from ICRs, but then they buy large quantities, so it's more affordable. But you have to be very careful with that because it goes by the shipping. They can sell you the yarn like in, I don't know, less than $1 a skein of yarn, and then um, $20 shipping. Okay, so it depends. All right, so when I got, this is the yarn that I have to weave in from the work. When I get to the end, I will weave in where is the other end? Okay, here it is. Just weave in between the half double crochets and get to the point where you have two strands, the two parts of the chain together, and so you can just close it like so. Put the soap inside, of course, weave in this end. Put the soap inside, close, and tie it. Make a knot and a butterfly like this. And you have your soap saver. Of course, cut the yarn here shorter from the chain so it looks better. And you have your soap saver like so. You can keep the soap here, put it in the shower and scrub yourself and use it, and just hang it from the chain wherever you want in your shower. And after a few times, you just throw it in the washing machine and that's it. And it's like new. All right. If you buy $100 yarn, you get free shipping. Yes, probably. I don't know. It depends, like where you're buying it from in Turkey and what company, because there are many companies. It's not just Ice Yarns. Yeah. But they have all kind of yarns. You have to look at the quality. Some of them, the quality is really good. Some of them, the quality is so-so. After they stopped being our friends and I couldn't buy from them anymore, so I started looking at yarns in other places, like in the UK from the Wool Warehouse, and also in Temu, China, which the quality is not so good, but sometimes you find there good quality yarn. So I'm trying to find, until Turkey decides to be our friend again, I'm trying to find some other places where to buy. Of course, I can go to yarn places here in Israel, but because I know that they have to import them and then sell them here, so all the overhead cost also it makes it even more expensive. And that's it. Okay, so this is our project for today. I hope you enjoyed it. You can make it small like this or big like this. It's the same, okay? Depends what you want to do with it. I hope you enjoyed it. Tomorrow, as I said, it's going to be our last live. And let's see what is our project for tomorrow. I have it here. It's a small pouch, again, in a different way, with kind of a granny cluster, but differently. This is more for like earbuds or cards or whatever. I don't have earbuds, but I have my microphones here, so you can see that it's fine for that. And you close it with a button. So this is what we're going to be making tomorrow. Please come back, and it's going to be our last day. I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much, Niete Kluver, for being here with me from Nebraska. I really appreciate you. Have a good day. Bye bye.